If you've ever wondered why some people feel bright to you, or you feel like your energy changes after you meditate, this video is going to give you some very practical, grounded advice around auras. Hello everyone, I'm Emily Snyder of Connected Intuition. I'm an intuitive, a medium, and a teacher of all things spiritual. Let's start with the basics. What is an aura? It's an energy field. It is an electromagnetic field that surrounds your body. Every living thing has an aura. People, pets, animals out in the wild, plants, places even have an aura or an energy field that surrounds them. Notice though that I didn't say that they were colors. Colors is one way to sense an aura, but it's not the only one. Your aura is also not static. It doesn't stay in one place, in one color, in one feeling forever. It shifts every day based on your emotions, your health, your environment, your relationships, who you're interacting with, your spiritual development. Anything that affects you is affecting the energy field around your body, i.e. your aura. Why do auras matter? Auras aren't just a spiritual concept. They're not a woo-woo practice that we all just think is so fun to look at. They're actually part of a scientific study around the biofield, that energy that exists around all of us. The biofield is actually a measurable electronic field around your body that's generated by your physical self, your emotional self, and your mental processes. Modern research is catching up to us woo-woo folks. Let me tell you, you can now get professional aura photos taken that take a picture of that energy field around you. Additionally, science is now studying that unique electronic field, as we just talked about, but how it also affects our organs, the brain, the heart, the nervous system. Science is realizing that it's actually quite important to us and our own health. We're only realizing that these fields are changing in response to our emotional and psychological activities. So that aligns to what we as intuitives know about ourselves and know about others, that you can reach out and reach into that aura field of someone else and get a sense of what's going on in their life. But science is just catching up to know that it actually affects other things about our body. I'm here in 2026 and we've got some brand new technology called BioWell that's out there that's being developed to kind of try to map this biofield. It's in the new stages of development, so I don't have a lot of information for you, but expect that science is going to catch up to us woo-woo folks and this idea of an aura, a biofield around all living things. So it's really great to say I can feel into your aura, but why? What's the outcome I'm looking for, or how can it help or solve things in my own life? So let me give you a list of reasons why your aura is important. Number one, as I mentioned, auras reflect kind of your emotional and mental state. You can kind of sense the aura of, let's say, your family members around you or close friends. You can sense when they're having a little bit of trouble and might need some additional support or therapy or a hug. It can kind of be an indicator of what someone is going through. Auras also offer us clues into your physical well-being. Now, this isn't a diagnostic tool yet, but there are indicators that say that that field around you does change when you're going through physical body health changes. That research is brand new, so expect more to come over the next few years. I think this one is my favorite. Auras help us understand others more deeply. Much like you may have taken one of those communication tests at a corporate job, auras are a way for us to have a shorthand to how this person behaves or interacts with the world around them. When you're doing this practice, when you're reading other people's auras, you may notice when someone feels super drained, super energized, super comfortable. All these things change the energy around a person. This one might be also one of my favorites. I say that about everything on this list, but your aura also supports your intuitive development. If you think about your internal intuitive world interacting with the energy just outside, that's kind of like the passageway for information to come from either the spirit world, spirit guides to you. Those intuitive hits kind of happen sometimes right in that energy field, right outside of your body. If you're a medium or sense spirit guides or lost loved ones, your aura is kind of like your barrier. So when a spirit gets close and gets close and gets close, you will feel them interact with your aura and sense them close by or feel them close by or even see them because they've come as close as they possibly can and interrupted that energy field. Auras can also be a tool for your own self-awareness and growth. As you kind of start to understand your own energy field, you can sense, usually, more so than see, how it changes over time. So if you're in a really tough spot and really struggling, you'll be able to notice that about your energy field around you. And sometimes you can even manipulate your own energy field to make your body feel better. Now, let's talk about the colors. I will say that can also change over time. It's a little bit more difficult to see the colors around your body change than it is to feel your energy change, but it does happen. All right, this is the part that you've all been waiting for. I used my extra special mug today. I don't know if you've noticed that it's been changing colors. I've been sitting here. This is a Boston Tea Party mug that is black when it's cooler and my tea has cooled off. But when I started this video, it was super hot and you could see all the ships in the harbor. This is to say, cups change and auras change. All right, I'm going to teach you method number 1. I call this the magic eye method. This is probably the most common way people teach you to read other people's auras, assuming that you are going to see color. So if this one doesn't work for you, we're going to move on to version number 2 and version number 3. But I like to call this the magic eye method. And why is that? Do you all remember those 1990s kind of like super colorful, kind of look like TV static images, and you could buy the books, and I think I had a page-a-day calendar. So to see the image on that magic eye, you would let yourself lose focus kind of and let your eyes kind of go cross-eyed a little bit, and then eventually that image would pop out. You could see if it was like the words happy birthday or a sunshine or a beach scene. That's similar to what we're going to do. So what I want you to do is look over my shoulder and kind of relax your eyes. You're going to just soften your gaze, soften your focus, and without questioning too much, see if you can tell which color comes to you closest to my body. And then once you've got that first color, just write it down. Don't question it. Move a little further away from my body and try to get a second color. And then a third color as you move a little bit away. You can even kind of, with that soft gaze, kind of track over my whole face and upper body and see if you see different colors on different parts of my body. If you saw yellow all close to my body, what does the color yellow mean to you? Is it yellow like sunshine? Is it yellow like compassion? Is it yellow like healing? What are the words associated with yellow that resonate with the color that you saw around me? As a bonus, I would suggest also using your clairsentience once you've got this list of colors. What does yellow mean to you, obviously, but then you can kind of blend with my energy and get like, yes, that makes sense for her. It's totally about sunshine versus childhood or loving animals or whatever yellow means to you. Let's move on to version number 2. Now this I'd like to call the hands-on method. This is for those of you who are not the most visual, the colors don't make sense to you, you've tried the magic eye method, color isn't speaking your language. This one is especially great for people who are clairsentient dominant. What I want you to do is take a partner, have them sit down either in a chair or lay down on the floor, and I want you to use your hands. You're going to just slowly move your hands over their body and sense the emotions, sense whatever feelings, whatever sensations are coming to you as you move your hands over their body. Write those down. You are sensing their energy field and getting information about the person only using your hands. I love this method, especially in groups. I think it's fascinating to do this with a couple of people at the same time. You'll get so much information, but also be able to tell the difference between running your hands over one person and running your hands over another person and sensing the difference between those two energies. My favorite feedback after doing this with a group is when someone's like, oh my gosh, I felt that, or I felt that before, but I never knew what I was feeling. And I think it's a great way for all of us to just use our hands kind of as the tool to read an aura. All right, let's say you don't have a group of friends, but you want to practice aura reading and you want to do this from a distance. This third method is more of the I know or claircognizant way of reading someone's aura. I like to call this the drop-in aura reading method. So you can do this from anywhere without the person sitting next to you. What you want to do is kind of close your eyes and kind of center yourself. Do a sitting in the power if you'd like. You basically want a clear mind, and you want to bring that person's energy close to you or like right in front of you. You almost invite it. You set the intention. I'd like this person's energy to appear before me. And then you ask, what do I know about this person's energy? That's it. And you wait to see what comes to you. Let's say you get no information. Now, that's not necessarily true, but a lot of people will discount that first thing that they get. The next thing you can do is kind of ask for more clarification. What color is in this person's aura? And then just sit back and allow that answer to come to you. You could also ask, how is this person feeling today? So you're asking for a feeling, a clairsentient feeling, to come to you claircognizantly. You could also ask the question, send me a visual image of what this person's aura is reading like today. That could be, it looks like a bubble today. It looks like a wave. It's kind of like a picket fence around the person. And you can get kind of intuitive information about that person by just asking, show me a visual. It's a bit of an intuitive shortcut that anybody can do from afar with their friends or anybody else who's willing to have their aura read. And it's great practice for doing something kind of on your own in your own space and time and seeing what kind of information you can get back. And so what do you do with the information once you've gotten it from someone's aura? Essentially, what you're going to start to do is give a mini intuitive reading based solely on the aura to start. Things to look for when you do this. How strong is the color? How loud is the word? How strong is the emotion? That's all information for your sitter that might be helpful to piece apart what's happening in their life right now. Now, as I mentioned, using these other clairs as you're reading someone's aura is ideal. So I would say clairsentience is probably the first one I would use in addition to seeing someone's color or seeing something clairvoyantly. You can pair all of this with how the body feels. So not only are you getting potentially some emotions from the person's aura, but how does their physical body feel to you? And the combination of those two, along with information about clairvoyance, gives you a much more well-rounded picture of what this person's energy field is like and potentially ways to help them reach the next level of physical, spiritual, or emotional growth. If you're a clairaudient person like myself, I often like to just ask the aura questions. What does this person's aura want me to know about them today? After I've done kind of the clairsentient, the clairvoyant, sometimes I just ask curiously, like, what do you want me to know about this person? And any words that come back usually tie into and flush out the story of what's happening. Sometimes you can also see the light of spirit around someone. For me, it comes through generally as a white or golden light that kind of sparkles off the back of someone. That can give them kind of guidance as to how close or how strong the spiritual connection is. Remember that your aura is a snapshot. It's not a personality test. It's not to say like this is the only thing that's ever going to be true about you forever. As I mentioned, it's not static and it's not universal. Sometimes it will come through with a word of warning or a word of caution. And I like to give people that information saying your aura is saying all of these good things, but also they're saying this one thing to watch out for. This is also just a word of ethical warning here. If you're doing a reading for someone's aura, you do need to be truthful, but you also have to understand you are reading their aura for this moment in time. So be kind and cautious with what you're saying. If you're sensing that they are going through a huge emotional upheaval or mental health struggles, just be kind in the way that you phrase that to them without being like, oh, your aura is terrible. That's not going to be well received by your sitter, and you want to be as gentle as possible to help them, not to shock them. I hope you found these 3 methods of reading your auras, along with the other information I provided, helpful today. I love an amazing aura read and love to do it with friends and kind of sense how their aura changes over time. Once again, I'm Emily Snyder of Connected Intuition. As always, stay open, stay curious, stay connected with Connected Intuition. I'll see you guys next week.